Yeah, turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Danni Nput, yeah, we back in the mix. Talking toy chaos, yeah, we deep in the fix. From grails to flips, yeah, we calling the hits. One tangent later, it even is this. Shelf full of stories, yeah, we live what we claim. No filter talk, yeah, we saying it plain. Unbox heat, yeah, we changing the game. If it's rare, if it's wild, yeah, we know the name. Danni Nput, yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, we do it like this.
Hey, welcome back to the Danni Nput Toycast. Hey, mother. Live and chaotic. And today we're talking about how we get our vintage toys, basically, vintage toy collecting, all the nitty gritty. How you doing, Mr. N-P?
You forgot the T, as everyone could see, but I'm doing fantastically.
Nice. Doing good. Yeah, I know it's nice to be here, and yeah, just get right into it. I guess health. I guess do any things like right off the bat that when you go after your vintage stuff that you do, like are you trying to just buy it? Or are you trying to look for a deal? Like what's your kind of workaround?
Like for me, if I see something that's really cool, that always kind of gravitates me towards the item or whatever, and then and then I'll look at it and I'm like, oh, cool, this it does this and that's badass or whatever, and then I'll start looking for a price, and then the price will determine whether or not I put it back or not, right? And sometimes I feel like it's a little, it might be a little too expensive. Like it might be $5 over, and that $5 might make or break it for me. But when it comes to a lot of the vintage stuff, man, I always ask. I'm like, if something was like 25 and I'm more comfortable at 20, I always ask, like, hey, man, would you guys do 20 on this? And then they're like, yeah. If they say yeah, then I get it. If they say no, then I just, all right, cool, thanks, and I just put it back.
Yeah.
But I think it's been well established here about me is like oddball gimmick stuff, man. And I don't you really use eBay to hunt either. Bless you.
Sorry, I just tried to
I don't really use eBay to hunt. I just mainly go like around the stores here in town and just kind of just look to see what they got. I never really hunt for anything specific. I just go in, see what they have. And there might be something that I completely forgot about. And then it, then it's like, oh fuck yeah, I forgot about that, and then I just buy it,
Yeah, I'd say too, like you said, like it's nice to shop for a deal. Like I said, I got some stuff to show off how I got it, like from flea markets to thrift stores, even though thrift stores jack stuff up now because of resellers. So you have to be cautious, but aware. But yeah, you can use eBay for some references. And yeah, eBay, like for vintage, it's hit or miss because like sometimes stuff is just popping because of popularity, a new show, a new this, right? So it's like, Armada stuff shot up because new Armada was coming out. But it's like, when you track stuff on eBay, you can sometimes you still find it actual deal, especially if shipping's good and it's in your own country right now. And, you watch the market, like some stuff will go down and it's like actually a good deal. So you can do it. It is nice to find it in person, but you know what I mean? If you watch it, and the thing about vintage, some stuff, there's not tons of it. Like, if you go on there and you're trying to look for like Master Force or some crazy obscure line, it can be harder. But like, if it's more of abundance, like 90s stuff, when it's shot up, like if you watch it, you can find good deals. Like it's you just have to know when and when it's not too hyped up and blah blah blah, right? But it's nice to find it in person. It's just sometimes with a lot of loose vintage stuff, it's so hard to find pieces. And then when you look on eBay, it was actually cheaper to buy the complete toy than it is to buy the gun for the figure, right?
Yeah.
So it can be very annoying that way. Some figures not as bad, right? Like some stuff, 90s stuff, you can get cheaper parts, but in abundance, you can find stuff still, right? This stuff's still out there. Like there's tons of stuff. It's just, leg work or how much work you want to put into it, I guess.
Yeah, and a lot of it for me too is like, like if somebody's got it for 40 and then somebody's got it on eBay for 40, I'm just kind of like, okay,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to give you the eBay fees and the PayPal fees. This should really be like 30,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to give you the 40 at all. So, um, I'll use that as a time to ask as well. Like, and at that point, I'm a little bit harsher with my offer. I'm like, hey, will you guys do 30
Mhm.
instead of 40? And then if they come back, whatever, 35 or whatever. I've been hit with like people if I make an offer, if I'm at like a flea market or something and I make an offer and say it's like $10 and I'm like, hey, will you do 5? And they're like, I'll do 8. I'm like, what the fuck is that? 8? There's no
Yeah, I
I'm like,
see that. You don't see that in Canada much, like because like the change a little different too, right? But like I watched those so many flea market shows like toy hunts in the States, and yeah, something's like 10, and buddy's like we take 5, and the guy's like, how about 7 or 8? It's like what? Like
yeah.
8? Yeah, like it's such a random number. It's like 8, like no, like 7, 6 maybe on something, but 8 is just weird.
Yeah, like it's not 8 isn't a bills denomination here, right? Like
Mhm.
7 isn't either. Like I'm not gonna
No.
pull out 3 bills, It's like
Yeah, it's weird, but you just hear that though. Like you someone's 10, the guy's like 5, and they're like 8 or whatever. It's like why? Like,
yeah, it's like it's ugly to the ear,
mhm. Yeah, because it's not really that much cheap. The person's a cheapskate, kind of get the feeling. Like I said, when I marked stuff down at flea markets when I was selling myself, I always took it down quite a bit from the eBay price, and then most of the time it sells because people nowadays are always checking their phones and
Oh,
right? So it's just like, ugh, but yeah, you still find deals out there. It's like I said, though, you just have to be very picky and knowledgeable of some stuff because, like I said, you could buy a figure, like especially turtle stuff. It's like you spend $100 on this figure, and then the piece is $100, and then you look and like you get the whole figure complete for like 150. So it's like, yeah, it can be a pain to complete loose figures with lots of pieces nowadays, right? But not some
oh.
stuff is still cheap. Some stuff is still pretty good, but.
And what's great, like you brought up the people on the phone, dude. I get some of those people in the store, and as
Mhm.
soon as I see their phone come out and they start taking pictures and checking
Yeah.
prices, I flat out tell them, I'm like, hey, if I've got it for more, let me know. And I'll beat eBay because the way the prices fluctuate, it goes up and down, up and down. Like 6 months ago, that GI Joe might have been $100, right? But now he's like 60, right? Well, I'm not gonna get the $100 at all for that,
Mhm.
Um, and like I said, so as soon as I see that, man, I'm like, hey, let me know because I'll beat it. Because
Mhm.
I can't walk around and price check everything in the store when I'm trying to help customers and everything else at the same time.
No.
But the phone checking thing, there's a part of me inside that cringes every time I see somebody pull out their phone. I'm just like, come on, man. If you wanted to eBay shop, eBay at home.
Mhm.
Like you came out into the real world, into the public to shop, and now like you're on your phone, you're looking or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's just
Yeah, it's different. Like you check something, you don't know, like somewhat sees if you're gonna get ripped off or not, or a price. But the people like especially notice to take out their phones, like at thrift stores, they're usually checking it to resell it. They're not checking it to see if it's a good deal. They're checking if they can make money reselling it, which whatever is whatever. But like I resell lots too, but at times, but it's just it gets annoying, right? Because you're like, oh, these people, they're not really here for the stuff.
right, right.
Yeah, but yeah, I know it feels weird. But anyways, yeah, I think a couple things. Yeah, I got a couple things to show off stories how I got them in their vintage to how the collecting works. So, yeah, did you want me to go first? Did you want to show something, or what do you want to do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can go first. I'll go first. All right.
Hold on.
So I'm gonna talk about the Raging Cajun with kicking action. So this is an old X-Men the animated series Gambit from Toy Biz. And so I really, really liked Gambit in the X-Men cartoon, which as a side note, the new Mafex Gambit, that coloring is based on this the cartoon. That's why his
Mm,
powers are orange and stuff instead of
mhm.
pink. Anyway, so yeah, so I got this from KB Toys years and years and years and years ago out of their $3 clearance bin. And then after that, on the way, me and my mom after that went to the $1.50 movies, if you guys remember those, and watched Casper the Friendly Ghost in theaters. So I got this that day, and we were supposed to go see something in like the main theater, like a regular theater. I don't remember what it was. Probably something, whatever, Independence Day or something, whatever was out at the time. And because I wanted this, and I also wanted, Mom just kind of, she got me this and made sure that we still went to the movie theaters and we watched Casper, and I thought that was really cool. Just a fun, sweet day out with Mom, and yeah, I genuinely will have that memory and really cherish that memory. So, and that's cool. Attached to this Gambit. So yeah, that's Gambit.
That's cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's neat. Like, it's nice. Gonna go hang out with my mom this Thursday and buy some stuff. So I'm excited for that. I wanted to say, yeah, this I got this most of the stuff more recently, but still, it's the way I got it too. The vintage hunting. I got this vintage Barney, but I got it on Marketplace. It came with some other Barneys I showed you before. It's Magic Barney, Magic Stick. Whoa, magic. But yeah, I collect vintage Barney still. Yeah, DVDs, VHS. These kind of like, I don't know what they are. They're like just these hollow plastic toys,
Yeah, vinyl figures.
Yeah, vinyl type finger. Yeah, so yeah, I got him on like I said, Marketplace, and it was only, I think, $30, not just for him, but I got like another one with the white T-shirt, one of the small like hard little mini figures wherever he is. But Marketplace, so you can still find good deals on Marketplace. Of course, people, like, it's hit or miss, right? You got to check. People on Marketplace, it can be annoying because you can, like, order a figure and then, like, or tell someone to meet up and they don't meet up, and ratings. I mean, I'm usually pretty good when I sell on there, but and then yeah, sometimes people, like, you contact them and they sell it on you, which sucks, right?
Right.
So you got to get your rating in. But yeah, vintage Barney, Marketplace, great deal. Like I said, I got 2 other figures with him, and yeah, Magic Stick, got to get it.
You remember that? Do you remember that rhyme that was all like tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row, Barney got shot by G.I. Joe?
Yeah, I remember that Mad magazine with Barney getting eaten on the cover too. I remember my sister was real sad. No, Barney. Hey kids, time to yeah. So yeah, it's just funny, but yeah, it's a goofy. I love vintage Barney. He just brings so much joy. It's just a silly character. I always loved him in Bebop and all that when I was a kid. So yeah. Like Marketplace, you can still find stuff on there. Like I said, you just got to deal with Marketplace. People, like, I always, when I sell stuff, people come to me because like people never show up. You're waiting in parking lots, which isn't safe, or you know what I mean? There's just so much. And yeah, people send people money, like e-transfer we have here, and people don't show up. I just, yeah, you can give them bad ratings and block them, but still, it's just very, it's a lot of work. Marketplace can be a lot of work. The thing is, if you go on Marketplace and you meet someone that, like, you buy off often, you get a good rapport. It's fantastic because you know the people are trustworthy. The people will show up and etc.
Right.
But yeah, what do you got next, Mr. N-Dash, please?
So, I've got Megatron. Now, this is from that Beast Wars 2-pack that came with Optimus Primal when Optimus Primal was a bat. Yeah. I do have Optimus Primal. But he's kind of further back on the shelf, and I didn't want to, tear everything down. But yeah, so this I got from Kmart in the 2-pack, and I just thought this was the coolest thing, like this 2-pack. I was like, Optimus Primal, what is it? Like, who is that? And Megatron, who is that? It was like, he's an alligator now? What is going on here? I just thought that was a really, like, super, super cool concept, Yeah, so, but yeah, I really wish that this comic book would have continued. and just so we can see where it would have gone with like, these Beast Wars, like this version of Beast Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
But we got what we got, and it is what it is. And yeah, this is probably one of the best Beast War figures, just really ever. So one of the ones that started it all. So
yeah, I think they were my first ones too. I remember my mom took me to a place called Swiss Chalet for lunch, and I got the bat and the alligator tooth pack is the one I picked too off the bat. No pun intended, but yeah. It was cool. I always liked them too. You always wanted to maybe see them be in the show as well or something, but it just never really happened, right? But yeah, it was cool figures. Yeah, I'll show this guy. I just got this guy on the weekend actually, Vac-Man. So I found
Vac-Man.
I found there's no thing for it or anything, but no holes. It was only $20. I got him at the Value Village, which is basically like the thrift store, like whatever it's called. You guys have like the big thrift stores that you guys have. So he was cool. I had him as a kid. I had the ones like the little ones that you could make as well. But yeah, pretty good. But for $20, it's still like, if you have that little air thing, who knows, we might have it here because we have a bunch of Vac-Man pieces for the little guys. I had that set too where you like build your own little guys as a kid, and then there's the other cool ones that had all the armor. I always liked them. Me and my sister, we had that stretch dog, and we stretched it to infinity and back, and one day it snapped, so that was kind of depressing. And then of course this stuff I just got rid of it though. That time of your life when you're that teenager, right?
Right.
But yeah, on this one, it's not like gooey like the regular Stretch Armstrongs. You have to actually suck this stuff out, and it feels like it's got like beads or styrofoam, and then you can pull them and stretch them, and it doesn't stretch back, and then you let it out again. So the button over here. But it's a cool character, they just feel funny. And like to see one in the store, like I said, just brings back so many memories, I had as a kid, and just to see him in there is pretty cool.
Yeah, that Stretch Armstrong thing was really cool. Always like, I had Vac-Man as a kid, and I used to always like stretch him out and like, I don't know. I just thought it was a really cool concept.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I said, we love that wiener dog. Me and my sister, we pull on that wiener all the time. But oops, we just ended up. Pressed the wrong button. We ended up like stretching that dog so far that it snapped one day, and all that goo came out.
Right.
Yeah, but very cool.
So I think for me, we'll stay on the line of Gambit now. So this is what's funny enough. I don't have the Nightcrawler anymore, but this is the Gambit that I said I was talking about, like how I had to go back in and like because I picked Nightcrawler instead of Gambit, and I really regretted that decision or whatever. And this is that Gambit. So he comes with some throwing cards, and they light up. Boom! You press the button on his back, right there. The battery still works. That's 1996, 97 battery, whatever. He does have his extending pole, which kind of has seen better days. But yeah, man, this was like that. This was the Gambit, man. This was the Gambit to have for a long time until that Toy Biz Marvel Legends one came out, man. But yeah. So yeah, man, this is it. This is that Gambit. I don't know what else to say about it except
when did you get it back? When did you get it back? Or
oh no. This is the original one.
Yeah, but when did you go back and get it? Like back then?
Oh, or? Like I went back like a week later, and got it, and I remember that entire week I was just like at school, like I was like, man, maybe I can ask Mom if we can go on Wednesday instead of like Saturday, because I had a better chance of him being there Wednesday. But the thing is like, he was still there, and he was still in that hiding spot that I put him.
Yeah,
but it kind of goes to show like the temperature change for all of this stuff, right? Like, dude, you can't, like, as soon as you see something in store nowadays, you have to buy it because you can't go back and get it because it's going to be gone, because these companies only ship out like one or two of whatever it is, and then you're SOL on getting it, right?
Yeah.
But like I just remember like Toys R Us having waves and just tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff,
Yeah, they used to usually restock quite a bit. Some stuff hit or miss, but like some stuff definitely, right?
Right.
Yeah, it was cool. What else did I have? I had this I got at the last toy show. I wanted to show it. It is vintage, but the ghost trap, which is cool because you know what I mean. Like you still find stuff. I wanted to say at like toy shows are pretty good. If you have local toy shows, drop, bro, drop. But yeah, it's like the local toy shows. Like I didn't come with the ghost it usually comes with because it'd be like $100 more, but I didn't really care about that. It still works. You still squish it. Still got the thing going. So yeah, very cool. And like I said, it's just I'm not a huge Ghostbusters person. I always like the trap though. I always like the gadgets. Never really like the Ghostbusters toys because like I think they said like none of the figures really go with the show. Like not one of those ghosts necessarily go with the show you'd watch. You know what I mean? They never
Right.
had the boogeyman or the pumpkin guy, or so it was just kind of like no connection. Yeah, like no big connection, like of course Slimer and such, but like the other one's not very much of a connection, right? But yeah, it's cool. Like I said, I found this at the toy show, still pretty good shape, still works, pretty clean. Like I always find that ghost. Not sure if I'd really want to get tons of more Ghostbuster stuff. Of course, some of it interests me, but like I said, the toy shows, like, we only have that Vancouver toy show that comes twice a year. It used to be 3 times a year, right? So you can find deals, especially like this, if it's 2 days, the show, Sunday, people like don't want to bring their stuff back. So if you can usually barter, make some good deals on the last day of a toy show, if it's only a 1-day show. And then the thing is too, like some places have multiple toy shows all over, like in, one area has like 17 shows a year. So, people don't blow stuff out as much because they're just going to take it to the next show. But, if you wait it out, you go to a good show, like at the Vancouver one, you can usually find a pretty good deal and you get to know the sellers after a while. And if you make a, pretty good deal, like, not asking day one or first hour it's open, but, you find good deals and it's fun, just something like that. Like, because you see this on eBay, it's quite expensive now, some of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I made a pretty good deal with the guy, having the video of having at the toy show video, had him stepping on it and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
And honestly, the general rule of thumb is like, a lot of these sellers don't want to take it home. They don't want to pack it up. They'd rather, just hit me with an offer, whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. Like I said, like there's some of that other stuff doesn't interest me at all. Even this box never really interests me because it got like a goofy ass kid on the box or whatever. So I kind of wanted it loose just so I could play with it and see it. So yeah, the little ghost that goes in there is expensive for some reason. It's just like, why? Right. Probably because kids lost it, right?
There's probably like 5 left in the country.
Yeah. Totally.
Well, next up, we've got Twin Twist.
Nice.
Now, childhood Twin Twist. I've said this this is a story that has been on repeat on my channel. So this is I don't think Twin Twist has ever been shown. But this is the infamous Twin Twist that my grandfather got me. So, we're at Goodwill. I was about 4 years old, and there was this huge like trash bag, probably like those big 5-gallon trash bags full of toys, and he was in there, and the whole bag was $1.
Oh wow!
And I asked my grandfather if he could get me the bag because this was the only thing in the bag that I wanted was this Twin Twist. That was it. And I asked if he can get me the bag, and he got me the entire bag. And this is all I wanted out of it. Now I didn't know that, the gun or whatever was supposed to be that, went with him or whatever. I just thought that he looked really, really cool. And, it wasn't until years later I was able to find a gun for him and kind of complete him. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is the one that started my Twin Twist and top spin love was this figure right here. Just, he had, he could drill into the ground. And like I said before, I make stories with my, with my figures. So like, he could be like a drill dozer robot, he could he could be like whatever I wanted him to be, and I just thought, yeah, this is it, man. This is like huge huge part of my childhood. And like I've said before, like there are figures that if I was homeless would be in my backpack with me.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them. So
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. It's always nice to have those figures, story. Now, this is another place I went this weekend. I got these guys, and they even have the prices still on them. We got a deal on them, but I got a Gumby and Pokey at a flea market. So yes, you can go to the flea market. You get $5, $10 just fell off a Gumby, but I got them both for $10. Now I'm not sure these aren't obviously the super old ones, right? But I mean, I collected variants of Gumby and Pokey, so I'm happy with them. And $10 for a Gumby and Pokey, pretty good shape.
Dude,
like,
Gumby's the shit, man.
I know, I love Gumby. I always do this with it. I don't know if this one is good, but it's the old Suck It from what's his name? I can't do it as much.
Suck it,
Boogie. But yeah, no, it's yeah, and I love Gumby and Pokey, man. I love the blockheads, the red guys. I got some of them, but yeah, I collect variants. Like you can tell these are newer ones because of their eyes, actually, but still. $10, support someone at a flea market. Flea markets in Canada, like where I am, they're not as insane. Like I see those ones in New Jersey. Like there's people I watch and they're like in New Jersey or whatever, and they got like vintage toys, like huge expensive prices. But around here, like the one flea market does pretty well. But you still find a good deal. Some people are selling a lot of stuff for insane prices, but you can still find a good deal. Like I said, nice to get a little variety, Gumby, Pokey,
Yeah.
Can't go wrong, right?
Yeah. Can't.
Chewed up a little stain, but yeah, Gumby, Pokey, the name. Yeah, cool. Just happy, and they're cheap. It's nice to support someone when you go out there and actually find something, not spend a ton of money. So yeah, it was worth the trip going out there this weekend.
Right? As long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter.
I got that back, man. Got this Gumby and Pokey. So yeah, it worked out well. Perfect.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it. But so this Venom I got pretty recently. Now, this is an old Toy Biz Marvel Superheroes Venom from the Marvel Superheroes toy line.
Oh yeah.
I got him and he was super beat up. And this was one of those cases where I felt really bad for him. Because of how beat up he was. And this is one of those figures I've always wanted since childhood. And when I saw him, I was like, you know what? Yeah. The guy was asking $7. He was complete. He comes with his little symbiote chest piece. He was complete, but the whole spider logo was off of him. His eyes were really beat up, and the mechanism barely worked. I had to, kind of grease the spring and stuff in there. And so I asked him if he'd do $5. He took the $5 and I went home, and then the next day I fixed up the spider and fixed up the eyes and everything. And now he just kind of, I kind of gave him a good home, if you will, and he stands next to my Venom stuff. So
it's cool.
Yeah. And this, I always thought even as a kid on the back of the box, I thought this was super weird. But as an adult, I think I finally figured it out. This is supposed to go over your other figures, right?
Yeah.
They'll trap them in a symbiote goo or whatever. But because when you put it over his chest, it looks really weird.
I never understood that too as a kid. Why would you put that on there? But yeah. If you get an Eddie Brock and you were putting it on, it would make sense. But they didn't have a plain Eddie Brock back then.
Right. No, they didn't. But yeah, so but yeah, man, this is a really cool Venom figure. I really like it because of the tongue. It even said, if you look at the package, it's tongue flicking action. It's yeah, what's up, Storm? Hey, how you doing? You doing all right, Storm?
That, It's got nice teeth to sink into. But yeah, I know them. It's cool. I was gonna show this off. I got this at a local, I don't know, they're a local show actually. It's old school. I never opened it actually. I don't know if I took the tag off. I think it was the guy was asking $50. So vintage Birdie from McDonald's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so Birdie's coming back, right? Yeah, Bart said don't take it. It's sealed. It's older. Bart said don't take it out of here because it's my retirement. So It's kind of shitty. I'd like to enjoy the toys like right now, just whatever. But yeah, it's weird. Birdie's coming back. That new commercial she's in.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's like in the car with some old grannies or whatever. It's like Birdie's back, baby. But yeah, Birdie, I got this from it's called like the Barn or something. It was like a local show, so you got to check out stuff like that. It's not a flea market, it's not a toy show. It was like an antique show. So
Okay.
we find some good deals there with people and stuff. And like I said, find some vintage goodness. Like I said, we collect. This stuff isn't getting too out of hand. The stuff I'm showing or collecting, right? It's just extras, right? But
yeah,
it's just fun. Like I can store this. The stuff like this, it's like, yeah, you can't display all this like easily. The Batman I'd like to have back there and that vintage thing I have. But you get to that point where it's like, you'd like to collect. Like, stuff like that, I don't mind. Even if I had to put the Batman in a box for a while or something, I don't mind storing vintage stuff. But when it comes to like new stuff, I just I don't like storing like five jazzes and all that, like we've talked about, right?
Right.
Stuff like this, the Barney's, like I can't have because I have like hundreds of Barney things now, so it's like, tons of VHSs, DVDs, like. I have sheets, like all this stuff. It's just like I don't mind storing that. Like it'd be nice to one day maybe have it displayed somewhere, but it's just at this point, I don't mind putting like vintage stuff away. It has more sentimental and more value overall than just putting like, 5, Siege figures in a bin under my bed.
Right. I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's some stuff you don't mind storing, some stuff you do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So what do we got coming up on Friday, Danny?
Yeah, I think we got the downtime. Jesus, you know what the D stands for, and we're talking about like underrated movies, and I guess you could take that however you want, like just underrated, like critically acclaimed, or underrated, like no one watched them or whatever. So I kind of trying to think of a good list of movies I want to talk about. What about you?
I mean, I've got an entire list already ready to go. So
nice.
Yeah.
Me, I hate everything, so it's hard for me to be like, like it, but I like the idea because there's stuff I like that maybe wasn't as popular. So and find things that people didn't like too that I liked actually at the time. So be interesting, and we can get into that for a bit. If we have anything to open or talk about or do too, we can do on there for a little bit. Probably like do like an hour or so on that show because it's like, what the D stands for is a little more chaotic, off the cuff. You know what I mean? We can stick to the theme for a bit, and then we can just hang out for a little bit too. Especially Friday, we should have more people bumping in here on the Friday. The stream, I think 12:30 for the stream is just a little too early now.
Yeah.
Because one person, and I had a bunch of people in here like joining and going in like on oh wow, it actually shows what people are in your chat now, so I can see it on here. Yeah, I can see there's 4 here, 2 in yours, but it's just not a lot of it's just a weird time. I think 12:30 is a little early.
Yeah, it is what it is, but Friday we're gonna do what the D stands for, so we can D down these movies and
give them the D.
And give them the D and give them the grade. Underrated movies from our childhood. And that's what we're going to be talking about on Friday for what the D stands for. And next week on the Danni Nput Toycast, what are we going to be talking about then, Danny?
Something.
We're going to talk about more stuff that we always talk about, in these episodes. So, more random stuff to come. Tune in Friday at roughly 6:30 Central Standard Time for what the D stands for, and we can D down these movies, and we can deep D them, and whatever other puns that we can do based on Danny's name.
Totally. You can find it all. And like I said, tonight I got NY Hunter on the Cybercast tonight, and I have Brick Builder Prime tomorrow on the Cybercast talking Transformer stuff, so that'll be fun. And then the D on Friday, maybe something else in between. So streaming a lot this week, but like starting to get back in the swing of it. And like here, just trying to think of some more fun stuff. If we don't have more stuff, I mean, we always got stuff to show, but it'd be nice to some more other topics for here as well. So
we'll figure it out. Don't worry.
I'm excited. Take care. Thanks for watching. Watch us later. Leave a like. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys soon, and we'll see you on Friday. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, we ran it back again. Danni Nput, you tapped in. From the shell to the screen, that's the life we live. Collecting chaos, yeah, you know what it is. Talk that tall, let the minutes slide. One more attention before we say goodbye. Same time, same vibe, yeah, we'll be right here. More heat, more figs, yeah, the next one near. Danni Nput, yeah, you know the name. Toy talk chaos, yeah, we run the game. Hit replay.